Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I'm up again today with more Halloween from Panalisa. Now, a lot of people have asked about the Christmas, and I'm going to be starting the Christmas as of Monday and then probably ending the week with Halloween again. So first of all, I'm going to put my scruffy mat down because we're going to do some colouring today, and hopefully my camera is going to come back to life. There we go. Yes. Right, first up, I have already used this one because I just wanted to show you. Somebody did ask about this one, the elements, so I just did it very simply and used everything that comes in that set. And of course you can put little additions and all sorts of bits and bobs on that. And if you look on the Panalisa web page, you'll see she's done it as an easel card with lots of little Halloweeny bits and bobs on it, and it looks really great. So, you know, I mean, this is all cute, but if you're somebody that likes to do a bit of mixed media, something a bit more serious, then, you know, taking those elements away, you've got a great foundation there for using a nice piece of vintage Halloween paper here, and then adding, you know, some texture and stenciling and stuff on top. So it's a great multi-use, and I don't know if I measured it on Monday, but oh, get my ruler the right way around, and I'm going to say that's 3 3/4 inches, and then if we go here we are 2 3/4 inches. I mean, it'd be really nice to use something like that as a Halloween trading card, you know, so you could really decorate that up. Right, so I've done that, and I just stretched across my desk, and this is the one I wanted to do because it's Friday, isn't it? And I just thought this was the perfect die set that I received to absolutely cutify. So we're going to cutify these elements. All of them come with a layering piece, but they don't have to be used like that. They can be used independently. So you've got a bigger ghost and a smaller ghost, and you've got 2 different sizes of cauldron, or you could just layer them up. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to be using Peachy Keen stamps, and all of my cardstock that I've done I've cut out in white. So what I'm going to do while I arrange this is I'm just going to pause and come straight back. Okay, so I've arranged my little bits, and this is the set of stamps that I'm using. It's the Sweet and Innocent Faces, and I like it because you've got happy faces, but also ones that are great to be used on little ghosts with their mouths open. Now, I do have the Halloween faces, but I've only got them as the download. So these elements here, they just seemed a bit numerous and a bit too small for me to use the download. But the download stamps from Peachy Keen are great for doing bigger things. So right, we have those. I'm going to be using VersaFine Clair. Somebody asked about VersaFine Clair and alcohol markers. What you need to do is you need to let it dry, or you need to heat set it, and then it will be absolutely fine. And this has got a bit of yuck on it because I was playing earlier, but this is an Alina Craft stamp block. So I'm just putting that off there, I'm putting that over there, and I'm going to be using some markers. Now, the markers that I'm using, I've already moaned about them several hundred times, I think, and they're the awful things from Amazon, which I highly recommend you never buy, but there's still ink in them, so I'm going to use them. So I think the first one I'm going to use is, what have I got most of, is the grey, isn't it? So Cool Grey 3 is whatever this marker is, yeah. So let's hope that there's enough ink in it. And I'm choosing this one to do my bats, and I'm going to do the large bat, I think, and the spider. And the reason for that is I want to be able to see the face when I stamp it. So rather than go with a full black and then emboss it in white, which sometimes can look a little bit bitsy and untidy, I'm just going to go in with a grey marker. And because it's supposed to be cute anyway, you know, not being black doesn't matter, because you can have a pink spider if you want one. So there's my spider, and I'm trying to keep my matte clearing to a minimum. So just go in and colour my bat. I mean, it's nice alcohol ink that's in these pens. It's just the tips, and I'll be able to demonstrate that to you in a minute. And the ink does actually go darker if you put down a second coat, and that is absolutely saturated now. So we've got a bat and we've got a spider, and I think next up I'm going to do my pumpkin. I'm going to put that in an area where I've got no grey, so I'll probably do it here, and then I'll have to go off and clean. Oh, and I'm going to do my candy corn piece, and I'm trying to think. I'll go for the bottom bit in orange. So I'm getting all my oranges done at the same time. So just really bright and happy, nothing fussy. And as I said, you know, if you've got colour cardstock, then go ahead and cut lots of individual colours. But sometimes just cutting white and then colouring is great because it's super quick. Right, I believe that is all of my orange. And I should have done my cauldron. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Done my orange bits, and I'm wondering if I could get my cauldron in. No, I'm actually going to clean and come right back. Right, so I did that, and I don't know if I told you, but the pumpkin does come with a pumpkin face, but I want to do a cutie one. See if I can stamp over that embossing. Next up is my yellow, and it's a nice dark yellow, and I'm going to do, these are supposed to be the pumpkin eyes, but I'm doing them as little moons. And then I think I'm going to do a bit of purple, so I just want to get these out of the way. I'm going to use my pickup tool. And then very carefully making sure I've got no yellow on my hands, because that's of course another thing that you have to watch when you're using markers, that your fingers are clean, because if you touch wet marker with a different colour, even if it's dried on your fingers, it can come off, and very disappointing. So this is kind of a lilac-y purple. I've got some little dots there. Right, the next thing is my green, and this is where I proudly get to show you why you should never buy these pens. Right, so these are the little bubbles that are coming out of my cauldron, and then I've got a stem for my pumpkin, so I'm going to do those in green. And I'm going to take the lid off this, if you can see that. That is supposed to be a nice smooth tip, and there's probably not very much ink left in this, which is a good thing. So I'm just getting some green down for my bubbly bits for my cauldron. Right, so now I've done that, I can move my pens out of the way. Right, so I just want to show you these. My ghosts don't need touching, and I'm looking about at what I've got here. Right, so my stem goes to my little pumpkin, and it will go onto its layering base, and also these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run away, and I'm just going to glue my layers, and then I'll come right back and we'll stamp and cutify those faces. Right, so I've done my gluing, and you know, my better judgment grabbed hold of me and said I should leave those alone. So I'm going to leave those three alone, and I'm going to stamp faces onto these. So I've grabbed a selection of different size faces. I'm going to do the spider first, and I'm just going to put one of my stamps on my block. You can see how tiny it is there. So they're all going to be quite happy and quite cute. and I'm hoping this one fits. There we are. So we've got a nice happy little spider, and I am going to be using these next week in one of my Halloween projects. And then I'm thinking I'm going to do the ghosts next, so I'm going to turn the cauldron into one large embellishment, so I'm only really going to stamp onto the smaller one. So I've got another face stamp here, pop some ink onto there. And this is my larger one, so there we've got our spooky little ghost face. And then I grabbed a smaller version of this to go onto the other ghost. I'm just making sure that I'm picking up the right stamp. Right, yeah. So this one is the smaller version. Just going on to there. Go there. So we've got our big and our small ghost, and then we want our bats, and I'm going to try and give them different faces, I think, or at least I hope I am. So I'm going to go with the smaller one first, because I'm going to have a smiling bat. And I think I've put this one down on the spider. So let's go there for our little bat. And right, so I've done my spooky ones. I need to move those. Now I've got a smiling one. I think this one's got eyelashes. So there we have that one with eyelashes. And then last but not least is going to be the cauldron, which I'm then going to glue over the other one. So nice big happy face, I hope. And hopefully I'm going to get that in the centre there. So now we've got a happy little cauldron. Right, so I'm just going to pop my stamps off to one side because they're going to need cleaning. Cap my ink pad there. And then I just want to turn this into an embellishment. So this one's going to lay out over this. And as I said, I'm going to come back next week and use these. So they're not just being stamped and wasted, but I just wanted you to see how cute you could actually make these. So, and I may even cut out some more like dribbly bubbly bits coming down here and have a few bubbles coming out of there. But I wanted to use them with that Halloween house next week, which is what I will be doing. So that is what I have for you this Friday. I have some cuteness and reach across and grab it, and the little gravestone. I just think those are so sweet, really easy to make. And of course you can get your chalks out and you can colour the cheeks. And talking about chalks, let me go and grab something. You all know that when I'm colouring cheeks and stuff in, I like to use the Jane Davenport chalks. And this is the highly sought after birthday suit. You can get this on the Jane Davenport website, and I understand delivery is quite quick. And the other one that I like to use is the chilled That one's great for doing flowers and stuff, or whatever it is that you want. So you've got greens and stuff. But the one that I didn't have was the one with the yellow, and that one is called Lit Up. And so what I did, I had 2 birthday suit palettes. So I did a swapsy with one of my crafty friends, Julie, and I am so grateful for this one. Look at that. It's just going to be awesome for using for sunflowers and autumnal stuff. And you've still got pinks as well. But what's also great is you get 2 shades here that are a lovely red. This one's more orangey, and then you get into coral, but just absolutely wonderful. So really looking forward to doing my fall flowers and stuff using those. So thank you, Julie. And I hope you're enjoying your birthday suit set. Right, that is what I have for you, and I hope you have an absolutely awesome weekend. We'll get some clarity before I vanish. I know we got some heavy rain here, which is a good opportunity for me to stay in and do laundry. Yes, laundry and crafting. So have an absolutely awesome weekend. As usual, all links below. Bye.